with my sister.
So excited.
Did you date him or it was just a friendship?
Like you said, elite only.
We're just friends.
None other than TT Torrez right here.
All right, it's iPop 921, number one for interactive hip-hop and R&B. It's TT Torrez, and it is great to have you in the studio today.
Yeah,
Boosie.
Boosie back.
Yeah, Boosie Badass. You know this is your town, right?
Yeah, I know. You know, every time I come to Richmond, it's like crazy love. So I was getting calls from Norfolk, Virginia Beach, and they was like, where you want to go first? Like, Richmond. You
Hell yeah.
know.
You're like, though, I compare you to the Jay-Z of this city.
Right.
Like, everybody's like, Boosie. I'm like, no, he's pretty much like the president of this city. But I feel like I have a special bond with you. I wanted to play something interesting for you today.
Okay.
I feel like I have a little bond with you, and I'm going to play something. So how does it make you feel as a mother? Okay, you have this man, Hill Moore, who's the district attorney, coming out saying that they are going to seek the death penalty in this particular case. As a mom, you know, hearing these things, how does that make you feel? I mean, it must be devastating for you. I'm a mother of a 1-year-old son. Quite sure it breaks your heart to have to visit him behind bars, but to hear someone say that they want to put your son to death.
It is devastating. But you know what, too? I'm a praying mom, and I'm from a large family of Christian people. Now, it hurts. It hurts because I know Torrance is not the person that will hurt nobody. This is what I know. And then what gets me is he has done so much for the community, especially our at-risk kids. See, that never has been displayed nowhere in the media.
So what about his album, Super Bad, The Return of Boosie Badass? Did his album ever come out? And if so, did you receive any royalties or any type of money from it?
I don't even know which one you're talking about. You referring to?
Wow. So, Miss
And you know what, too? What gets me is so many fake people out there. You know, they'll say, you know what, Miss Connie? Look, I'm going to help you, and this is my number, such and such a number. I called, they never answer.
What about his record label? Have you been in talks to the record label? Has an attorney or a manager? Where's Boosie's manager? Has anybody been in talks with?
That's what I'm telling you now. Everybody just has turned their back. They don't want to help because they feel that Torrance is not going to get out, but he is going to get out.
Your mom was gangster on that interview. I'm telling you, this is the interview that made those rappers step up. Because after they heard your mother on this interview, now the second part, everybody called and was like, let me put money on his books. Let me do this. Let me do that. And the album we was talking about was Super Bad. Yeah. Did you see any funds from that album? Did you make money off that album?
They had my money going to an address I had. So I couldn't get the money until I came out. So even though my mama was power of attorney, I was looking for my money, but it wasn't going to my home. It was going to the home I registered for in 2006. So I ended up getting my royalties from that album, but at that time I ain't had got nothing for that album. A lot of times when you go to prison, a lot of people leave your side.
Yeah.
And you always got your mama. You know, your mama will always be there for you, and she was there for me. Every weekend she brought my kids to see me. You know, even the times I would get down, she'd be like, you coming home, I don't care what nobody says. You know, and she just fought for me just like a mother would do, you know. When a mother raised a child and she know her child being, you know, really messed over because his success.
Yeah.
You know, when a mother see a child who come from nothing come up, that's a joy right there. And when you come right back and try to shatter everything he done did, everything he done created, you know, behind lies, you know, a mother gonna stand up for their child.
Do you believe that your city, where you came from, born and raised, let you down?
I wouldn't say that because I might have had 2,000 people at trial. It's just when I was in prison, it seemed like I got the least letters from my city. I didn't like that. I didn't feel like they let me down. I just felt like the system around my city was the problem. You know, when you come from how I came from and you get to ride Bentleys and living in homes they can't afford. And then I was kind of messing up too, you know, saying stuff about the police and that make people angry with you. So they would do anything they can to bring you down. Yeah,
like your mother, when we talked, she said there were some lyrics that they used against you in court. The district attorney, you said something about he's going to die, but you was referring to a sickness, not you were going to kill him.
Nah, I was just referring to he was getting old.
Right, exactly, and they misconstrued your rap lyrics and used them against you. And
right, well, a whole day it was a concert in the courtroom.
Wow.
Anything I ever said about guns, it was played.
Do you think that's fair for
I don't think
the
it's fair at
judicial
all.
system? Should
I think they need to stop that. Because it's freedom of speech. We artists. It's freedom of speech. Johnny Cash say he killed a man in Folsom Prison just to watch him die. You didn't go indict him. Terminator killed more people than anybody on TV. He was the governor of California. You know, we doing it. This our livelihood. This how we make money. And it just done got so bad now to where the system is trying to take anything somebody's saying and turn it against them. So I just feel like really they just really trying to break down hip hop and real music. And, you know, that's just how it is, you know.
One thing I loved about the time that me and Miss Connie were able to chat on the phone and whatnot is that for me, I felt like she had the opportunity to paint a different picture of who you were.
Right.
Because the world, we see you as Boosie.
Right.
To her, she see you as Torrence. And when I refer to you as Lil Boosie, she's like, no, we gonna call him Torrence. That's my baby. That's his name. I could play it back to you. I was like, okay, Miss Connie, I'm a Boosie. We gonna call him Torrence. Like, she would not allow me to call you by your rap name because to her, like I said, she sees you for who you are. And sometimes do you feel in this business, post you getting locked up, that a lot of people didn't get to see you for the real person you were in the inside? Or they saw you?
Of course they didn't get to see me because a lot of people don't know the humanitarian I am and the good heart I got. If you get in trouble, it shadows over all your good you have done. That's just how life is. If anybody get in trouble right now, Angelina Jolie get in trouble right now. Everything she did for all those other countries, they'll never talk about. But that's just to sell papers and that's just to sell. That's just media, you know. But I think a lot of people just don't really know how good I am to people, how good I am to...
Do you want to show more of Torrence? I feel like it's crazy because I feel like I want to call you Torrence now, but you're back at Boosie, but...
I'm back doing it now. You know, every week I go talk to alternative school trouble kids in New Orleans. Every week I'm doing this. It's just kind of hard to get that. It's kind of hard to get what I done been through off my back. You know.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna keep working at it until I do so.
Yeah. And what do you mean? Like, do you feel like it's constantly in interviews, constantly that's what people want to talk about?
Yeah,
is that what you mean?
It's just constantly, when I do interviews, they always got to slide my troubles in.
But you know what you represent, and you might not see this. Damn, that made it. Finally, someone beat the system.
Right.
So, do you really understand the magnitude of what that is? Like,
right, it's like I'm a guide for so many families who've been hurt by the system.
Yeah.
You know, I understand that perfectly. It's like, you know, the day I won, I might have got 100 letters that night. Like somebody finally won. You know, because the system, don't too many people beat the system.
But you did lose a lot of years. How many years?
4.5.
4.5. That's a lot of time.
Yeah,
that's a lot of time because people don't realize your day stopped. Like I remember your mom telling me you was on 24/7 lockdown, only allowed to come out twice a day.
I was on like 23 and a half lockdown for like 2.5 years on death row.
Exactly. Yeah. And so your world is stuck, and the only sense of time you have is whatever's on television if you get to watch television, or, you know, the lights changing outside.
Right.
So as the world is spinning, you don't get to be a part of that. So that is a loss in a way.
Yeah, it's a loss because, you know, I have kids and I miss like most of the precious times in their life, 4.5 years. You know, even when I was in prison, my kids had anything they want, but I just felt they still wasn't happy. Like I can get them whatever they want and they still be like, Daddy, when you come home?
Yeah.
I wish you could have been with me.
Yeah.
You know, a couple of my kids was crying Daddy Day at school because they daddy wasn't there. Yeah. I had to send one of my boys or something like that. So you miss so much out their lives. It's just a hurting feeling. Then when they come see you, you can't leave with them, you know?
Yeah, and that must be pretty devastating. Let's take a quick break. Everybody, if you're just tuning in, we're talking to Lil Boosie. And, of course, he's going to be here May 31st, performing live at the Richmond International Raceway. Stone Soul 2014. You don't want to miss it. Get those tickets right now. etix.com. It's iPod 921 28.
It's Girl Talk with my sister.
So excited.
Did you date him or it was just a friendship?
Like you said, elite only.
We're just friends.
None other than TT Torrez right here.
All right, welcome to Girl Talk. If you're just tuning in, it's iPod 921, number one for interactive hip-hop and R&B. It's TT Torrez, and I'm talking with Lil Boosie, who will be at our Stone Soul Music and Food Festival May 31st at the Richmond International Raceway. Boosie, I'm going to play another clip of your mother during our interview while you were locked away. In this particular part of the interview, she talked about the people who you used to roll with and how fake they were when you got locked up.
There's so many fake people out there. You know, they'll say, you know what, Miss Connie? Look, I'm going to help you, and this is my number. such and such a number. I called, they never answer. That's what I'm telling you now. Everybody just has turned their back. They don't want to help because they feel that Torrance is not going to get out, but he is going to get out.
Right.
So at that time, the people that you were running with, when you was popping bottles and doing your club tours and paying for dinners and all of that, were they there when you were going through it?
Nah, I ain't have a lot of people there for me. I ain't gonna say I had a lot of people. I might have had like 6, 7 solid dudes. I had 2 or 3 of my close friends got killed when I went to prison. My best friend got killed 4 months after I was in. My other homie got killed. So I had like 6, 7 dudes, but before that I had 17. It was cut down to about 6 dudes, you know. So, and when you go there, that's the time you're gonna see who real and who fake, you know. Because a lot of times when you can't do for somebody, they don't need you no more.
They don't. They go right to the next person.
They go right to the next crew and try to hang with them.
Yeah.
But when you do that to me, you can't come back. I don't forget, you know. And it's hard to forgive for me. I ain't gonna lie. So once you do that to me, I X you all the way out. You know, you're on your own now.
Yeah.
And a lot of people gave up on me, you know. They thought I wasn't coming home when they was talking about all this stuff, but
nah,
April Fools, you know.
Yeah, April Fools, and because you know Instagram wasn't popping back then, but Twitter and Facebook was, and everybody did. I'm curious to know, when you found out your homeboys passed away, how did you grieve through that process?
My best friend got killed. I just cried, man.
Yeah.
I ain't lying. I couldn't eat. I couldn't do nothing, you know. Then 3 weeks later, I was indicted for all kind of stuff, murders and all that. So it was hard on me, you know. And I just was like, man, I thought about all the times we had, and I was just like, I just got to get out so I could be there for his kids and things like that.
How was it reestablishing your relationship with your kids?
Oh, it never left. Like, my kids came saw me every weekend. So we would play at Visit and stuff like that, and when I came home, they was screaming, running off the porch, screaming.
I thought it was like,
crying.
I told y'all!
Yeah, she went off, man. She went off.
I told y'all! You should have brought her with you. I need to meet her. So what's going on with you now? You have the new single out, Show the World. You just put the remix out with K. Michelle.
Yeah. I just released a street single, too. It's like a street record called Heart of a Lion.
Heart of a Lion, yep.
My album dropping July 15th. It's called Touchdown to Cause Hell. Crazy album. You ain't heard
now,
that
these
like
are all songs you wrote while you were in there, or you did them before you got in?
I would say it's like, I'm doing a double disc.
Oh, okay.
So I would say it's about 8 I done wrote in there, and the rest of them was new material. So it's a crazy album. I got my own clothing line, Jewel House. Phone don't stop ringing for shows. I'm selling out places.
I can't imagine.
So I'm just blessed right now. And
but are you taking it all in, though? Like, when you go on stage and you see that crowd and you feel that energy, do you
I don't be want to leave. I don't be want to leave. Like, the last couple of shows, they had to turn the lights on. It was like, last song. I'm like, the situations I was in, I've been waiting on this time. So, you know, I just want to give the fans my all, and I just be so ready, you know. Even when it's time to get on the road, you know, I be packed a day early. Like,
it's like you got a second chance, right?
Right. A big second chance. And I'm going to make the most of it.
Let me ask you this. What type of man were you before you went through this adversity, and what type of man are you now?
I ain't really think before my actions before I left the streets. I kind of felt I was untouchable. I was getting so much money, you know, living so good. Then I was drugging. You know, drugs have you tripping too.
What drug of choice?
Syrup and weed. You know, I was tripping. Right now, you know, I'm smart, I'm wiser. You know, certain stuff that would bother me can't even bother me, can't even make me mad no more.
You're calmer? Like, you got a calmer demeanor?
Yeah, I'm
the
calmer.
Last time
I'm drug-free. You know, I can't be high talking big $1 million deals and going to sleep on syrup, you know, so... And when you're not doing drugs, everything is clear. Everything is clearer. Everything is more smoother. And I'm just smarter, and I'm more wiser, and I know what it takes to be successful, and I know I can't leave my family again, you know? So they're going to change my actions and everything I do.
And that was leading me to my next question. What won't Lil Boosie go back to?
I would say surrounding myself with unloyal people or making my circle even bigger. If a snake bites you, you know, if he got real venom in him, you might not come back. I would just say I won't go back to, you know, letting other people run my business and going in there and talk with contracts and all that. Right now, I'm bossed up. You know, I went and locked my own deal down and told them what I want, this what I want, or else. You know, so, you know, I read a lot of music books on business minded. My music good. And I'm kind of high right now, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you won't go back to feeling yourself again.
Nah. I'm feeling myself too much, yeah.
Everybody, it's Boosie. He's in the studio today, and of course, he's got an album that's coming out. Give the album date.
July 15th,
And
Touchdown to Cause Hell.
Okay.
We got the tour coming after that. It's a crazy album, double disc. I ain't got to tell y'all to go get it because I already know my fans. I got loyal fans. Like,
Yeah. And I know Miss Connie's happy she got her baby back.
Oh, yeah, she has.
What's
Whole
the first
family.
meal?
I'm the family jewel.
What's the first thing she cooked you when you came home?
She had cooked me crawfish etouffee and some garlic bread with some chicken.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, have you wifed up since you got out of jail?
Wifed up.
Like girlfriend, wifey?
Nah, I'm just chilling right now.
Baby number 8 on the way, Boosie? No baby number 8?
Nah, I'm just chilling right now. Yeah, I'm keep. That's it. I done hung my head up with the baby. You know, I already got a football team.
What you got? 7 now, right?
Yeah, I got 7.
Yeah.
And I had them before I went to jail.
So no vasectomy, no clipping it.
Yeah, I'm finna get that stuff in my back so I be shooting blanks. You know?
All right, listen, everybody, it's Boosie, and I think we pretty much covered it all. You put it all out there. I appreciate you for being so transparent with your life.
We just doing big things. I'm shopping my book right now, All Truth, No Lies. When I was in prison, I wrote my life story movie. So after the album, I'm gonna try to see how I'm gonna put that out in theaters. But once my movie hit theaters, I think people will gravitate to me more and see that I deserve.
Second chance.
Yeah, I deserve everything I'm getting right now.
So if you could sum everything up in one, just everything right now, sum it up in one word, what would that be?
Like everything I done been through?
Yeah, just sum it up. And to where you are now, as the man, Torrance, as your mother would say, where you are right now, if you can use one word to describe.
Blessed.
And what message would you like to leave the person that's been where you're at, the kid who may be down the wrong path?
I would just tell them, you got to learn from your mistakes. If you don't learn from your mistakes, you're on a crash course to the graveyard or dead. Don't try to live my life because I sometimes just feel I'm so lucky because so many people around me didn't make it. Don't try to live my life. You got to be better than me. In the street life, you already know it's either jail or dead. There's no other option. You're gonna get caught. So I just tell them, follow their dreams also. Dreams do come true.
And
Try to do right. The people in the streets, I can tell them what I want, but, they gonna venture off and do what they want just like I did. Being surrounded in them surroundings. Most people in them surroundings, they gotta learn from their mistakes. They gotta fall hard to get up, So that's the basic thing. You mess up, you better learn from your mistakes because a lot of people don't get second chance.
And hold on to that dream, too, and protect it.
Right.
Because when you come from those circumstances, everybody will tell you why you can't make it.
Right. But that should make you want to make it more.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, it's Boosie Badass. And thank you so much for stopping by, everybody. It's TT Torrez. It's iPod 921.
Yeah.
And thank you, Boosie.
Yeah.
All right. Don't forget, everybody, he's performing live May 31st, Richmond International Raceway. Get those tickets, etix.com. It's Lil Boosie. Up next, the hard drive at 5.